Hi, my name is George, and thank you for selecting Clarity Senior Care as your senior care education provider. We strive to give you unbiased advice and provide you with insights to help you navigate your senior care needs. The information provided in this module has been gathered through many interviews from caregivers in the field, as well as through personal experiences of decision makers involved in the senior care process. In this video module, we will seek to provide you with an understanding of the main senior care options that an individual can choose from, depending on their unique healthcare and financial situation. Specifically, we're going to briefly discuss and define the three food groups of senior care. For an understanding of how much these different senior care options cost and how to pay for these senior care options, please refer to the intermediate video module section of our website. Just so you are aware, in this module, we are going to go over the various senior care options available to you or a loved one, based on the level of care or acuity needed by an individual. Acuity merely defines the level of care provided. For instance, a patient or resident recovering from a stroke or a broken bone will obviously not be very mobile or independent. That patient will need a high level of care and therefore will need to be placed in a higher acuity healthcare setting. Whereas a resident or patient able to walk without any help and exhibiting a relatively high level of independence may not need much care and therefore can be placed in a lower acuity healthcare setting. So let's begin. The first food group of senior care is known as home health care, or home health for short. Home health is a lot like it sounds and is defined as a healthcare delivery platform where an individual can receive care in the privacy of their own home. Specifically, home health usually involves either a home care aide who can provide custodial care, in which individuals receive assistance commensurate with the level of activity, to include bathing, dressing, housekeeping, and transportation. In addition, home health can involve nurses that offer higher acuity services and procedures, such as checking a patient's pulse, temperature, or respiration. A home health nurse can also assist with medications, braces, ventilators, and other medical equipment, and can provide higher level skilled nursing, as well as more basic personal care. As we discussed in the introduction, we will discuss how to pay for either a home care aide or a home health nurse in the intermediate video module section of our website. Now, let's move on to the second food group of senior care, or senior housing. Within senior housing, depending on the health condition and or age of an individual, one has the option of choosing between an independent living or assisted living facility. After receiving many questions from people that have visited our site, we wanted to make clear the distinction between an age-restricted apartment community and an independent living facility. Although we have a dedicated module which discusses the differences in greater detail, the key differences between an age-restricted apartment community and an independent living facility is that an age-restricted community typically has a younger and healthier resident, as these communities usually have a 55 years of age or older cutoff and typically do not have any medical staff available on premises. This differs from an independent living facility that usually has some medical staff on site and typically have residents that are older in age than a restricted apartment community. Now that we have made that clarification, let's move on to discuss the differences between independent living and assisted living. As far as the differences between the two, the typical resident of an independent living community is between the ages of 75 and 84. Residents of an independent senior living community typically have taken an active decision in improving their quality of life by living in a secure, low-maintenance home setting. Typical residents of an independent living community do not require the assistance with daily activities like eating, bathing, dressing, medication, and toileting, as an independent living community feels much more like an apartment complex than a hospital. Given the lower level of care needed for the typical independent living facility resident, independent living facilities that are standalone communities will have a lower number of full-time registered nurses on site in comparison to an assisted living facility. We find that the most common reasons for individuals seeking to reside in an independent living community are to get away from the upkeep of their home and to be closer to family and/or friends. Another main reason for an individual to enter an independent living facility is because of the recent death of a spouse or loved one. The average cost of an independent living facility is cheaper, given the lower cost of care and therefore lower staffing needs, and comes out to approximately $3,000 a month for communities located in primary or higher density markets. Assisted living communities, on the other hand, typically house and care for residents that are on average around 84 years of age. Residents of an assisted living community typically require a higher level of care and may require assistance with daily activities, such as eating, bathing, dressing, medication, and toileting, as an assisted living community feels much more like a hospital than an apartment community. Given residents typically enter an assisted living community in a much more fragile state than an independent living facility, the average stay of a resident is approximately 2 years. The average cost of an assisted living facility is more expensive given the higher cost of care and therefore higher staffing needs, and comes out to roughly $5,000 a month for communities located in primary or higher density markets. We note that assisted living facilities will charge upwards of $1,000 per month on top of the rental unit costs for those residents with additional care needs. For more information on how to pay for senior housing, please visit the intermediate video module section of our website. Last but not least, the third food group of senior care is skilled nursing, also known as nursing homes. In order to fully understand what skilled nursing is, we believe it is helpful to differentiate between traditional senior housing and skilled nursing. For starters, traditional senior housing, which consists of independent living and assisted living facilities, requires much less medical staff than a skilled nursing facility, because residents within independent and assisted living typically are in better health than seniors requiring skilled nursing care. In addition, the length of stay at a senior living facility is typically longer, on average, than the length of stay for a typical skilled nursing resident. Moreover, skilled nursing facilities accept government reimbursement in the form of Medicare and Medicaid, as well as managed care payment options, whereas senior living facilities rarely take government payment or managed care payment options. Furthermore, we note that on a per diem basis, skilled nursing is much more expensive than senior living because of the level of care that typical skilled nursing residents require. Simply put, the typical senior housing facility has more of an apartment community feel to it versus a skilled nursing facility, which has more of a hospital feel to it. Typically, an individual in need of a skilled nursing facility would have recently experienced a surgery or other hospitalization. Usually, a physician would recommend that an individual enter a skilled nursing facility for short-term healing, assistance, and/or rehabilitation. In these circumstances, an individual is most likely to fully recover and return home or to a senior living facility. In other cases, when a patient requires a level of care that cannot be provided by some combination of family member support and home health care services or assisted living, it is likely the right time to move that loved one into a skilled nursing facility. The necessity to move a loved one into a skilled nursing facility may be precipitated by a result of symptoms related to Alzheimer's, stroke, or other injuries or disease. The conditions described are circumstances that would require 24-hour care or assistance and can be provided in a skilled nursing facility. For more information on how to pay for skilled nursing, please visit the intermediate video module section of our website. Obviously, patient circumstances, needs, and attitudes vary. Moreover, it is no doubt emotionally troubling and stressful to move into a skilled nursing or assisted living facility. However, faith, attitude, and encouragement from friends and family are paramount. Humans are very flexible and resilient creatures. So it's important to note that happiness can be found even in the most challenging of circumstances. Thank you once again for selecting Clarity Senior Care as your senior care education provider. We truly hope the information provided in this module was informative and has helped you gain the knowledge and insight to make informed healthcare decisions. Please do not hesitate to contact us via our chatbot if you have any questions associated with the senior care process, and please feel free to check out our other senior care related modules in the beginner and intermediate video module sections of our site. Finally, if you or a loved one needs immediate counsel regarding the senior care process, please feel free to call us at 1-800-818-8710.